Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike. It is Sunday, the 20th of April. Happy Easter to those who celebrate. This is your week ahead video. Hope everybody had a nice 3-day weekend. We come into a week where earnings are going to take focus here. We get big tech names coming in. From an economic perspective, while we have a ton of Fed speak, not a lot. We got the beige book, we have durable goods, Michigan consumer sentiment, inflation expectations, but really there's just not a lot going on out there. Our focus, however, will switch to earnings. Monday is very quiet. Tuesday morning before the open, you have Verizon, GE, and 3M, among many others. Tuesday night after the close, staying late with you guys, Tesla, big one. Wednesday morning, Boeing and GE Verona is in there. And then Wednesday night, CMG, Now, IBM, LRCX, Texas Instruments, right? So you got a bunch of different names. Thursday morning, PG, Pepsi, Merck, BMY, and then Thursday night, Google and Intel, among others. So, we're going to be busy even Friday morning, AbbVie, and Schlumberger. So I'll be hanging with you guys for those. So let's just dive into it here and let's talk about what's going on. On the ES, we came up and we hit the 21-day three times and it failed there. And it's just notable because, sometimes you have to look at the SPY, sometimes you look at the ES. Right now, the ES is saying we keep failing at the 21-day and we're underneath the 8-day. Futures bets are flat. And Q, very similar. Crude, nice little bounce this week off the lows, back above 60, had a low of 55, curling up. Bonds, nice 3-day move, then gave a nasty candle again on Friday. Gold, new all-time highs on Friday. Bitcoin continues to struggle to break above 85, but it's holding in. The VIX has been smashed down, right? The VIX has been absolutely killed, but the market remains weak. It's a divergence. Something's not quite right. HYG, nice little candle there ahead of the markets on Friday. That's a good sign. The transports remain weak, and the dollar remains extremely weak. So, all that kind of going on. From a sentiment perspective, sentiment's improving. Um, Even the market does it. Look at the oscillator on the Nasdaq, all the way up to plus 106, slightly overbought. The market didn't go anywhere, but the oscillator moved. The New York Stock Exchange plus 82, positive side of neutral. Your advanced decline lines all trying to curl up a little bit. Highs versus lows on the S&P 500 plus 17 versus negative 23. We're slightly inverted again. On the tech heavy Nasdaq plus 39 versus negative 156. We remain inverted. Put the call remains neutral, and market breadth, we've turned up. We've left it turned up on the Nasdaq as well as the New York Stock Exchange, which is stronger. So in theory, the market should react to this. So if I'm thinking to myself, what's going on here, and I'm looking at the S&P 500, this action and sentiment and the VIX do not go together, right? So one's lying. Since more stuff is posting bullish, we'll lean a little bit bullish here. We'll see. But the market here, is not looking pretty. Right now, for me, until we get a change, we are trapped by that big candle from over a week and a half ago, Wednesday's candle, right? That rally. Till you clear the top of that or clear the bottom of it, we're still inside that candle. One, two, three, four, five, 6 sessions already inside that candle. We may had Friday off. So for the first things on Monday, we need to reclaim the 8-day, then we need to take out the 21-day, and then we go for the top of that candle and see if we can fill that gap and come up to the 50-day. If we break lower, then we'll see where we go. For me this week, my focus is going to be on a lot of these names that have earnings. Earnings here provides a lot of opportunity. All right, so let's start off here with Netflix right now. Netflix reported after the close on Thursday. It was unclear, the report right away. You can see the initial reaction was all over the place before it took off. For those of you who don't know, Netflix records their call with the analyst and releases it later on. By the time you get to hear the call, it's already been taking place. And that's why it probably popped, because the analyst got on it and they knew what was going on already. Has a bunch of price target increases on it out there. It's already trading up into the 1006 area. So 1064.50, I believe that was the all-time high. Let's make sure. Yes, it was. So we'll put this on our radar. All right, it's trading up into the 1000 area. 1000's a big level. Above that, it can move. We'll have our eyes on Netflix next week from a long perspective. Tesla records Tuesday night. We want to see what this one does. It's been stuck under the 21-day until it breaks the 21-day. It remains weak. Listen, nobody in their right mind thinks Tesla's going to have any kind of good quarter. Very hard to. What you can watch for here with Tesla specifically is you can watch for Musk says, I'm coming back, I'm leaving Doge. That would be a off to the rocket ship, no matter what the report. You can watch for talk about the cyber taxi. You can, AI, robotics, stuff like that. Musk is an expert at pumping his company and his stock. He will talk about everything except how business currently is. He's not going to want to talk about how business currently is. In fact, he's going to do everything he can not to. Watch to see how the market reacts. Yeah, my guess is that Tesla's going to try to rally off this report. It's already expected to be bad. All right, what else? The banks are reported all over the place. Can't get a hold of 21 day. They need to clear that. JP Morgan, best in breed, rejected at the 21 day again on Friday. But Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo, they all look very similar here for the most part. What else going into next week? The semis overall remain weak. Um, you know, Trump was he was going to give everybody a break and then change his mind and hit Nvidia with a $5.5 billion tax bill to sell into China. I'm sure Jensen, after having his $1 million dinner with Trump, is not very happy about that right now. So we'll see what's going to happen here. But overall, the semis remain weak. It's hard to really want to get behind any of them. Keep our eye on them. But overall, until we get some more in the report, we have Intel this week, LRCX. Maybe they'll give us some better information. What else, guys? I am just very, very tactical here right now. Costco, nice move there. You got that gap at 1,242. We'll put that in our radar this week. Walmart also trading up well. They just don't look all that bad. Taiwan Semi, good report. They sold it. Still a good report. It gives you an idea of what's going on out there. It's just hard to get behind these names. J&J, a nice report, had a nice little push off of that. We'll see if they can follow through above the 50-day. So I'm not going to sit here and do a lot of time with you guys today. It's very, very simple. I'm going to watch the indexes and then look for names that are either weaker or stronger and continue to play them, and we'll go from there. Right now, market is not it's not trending; it's trading. So until then, make some money, take small trades, get in and get out until something changes. We need some good news. Maybe we get it. Maybe we finally get a deal of some type. Although I'm hearing Japan walked away confused as humanly possible. So maybe we finally get a deal that will help things. All right, catch you guys live on Monday morning in the room. Everybody else, have a great weekend. Putting this out for free. Enjoy.